What's going on, guys? Kaspa's a stable coin. Nice, right? What's going on? Yeah. Yeah, Kaspa's a stable coin, right? Oh man, a lot of stuff happening today. I tell you, I'm selling all my Kaspa because Kaspa's not getting listed on Binance. Yeah, so CG Crypto Galaxy sold some of his Kaspa today, and yeah, so interesting stuff. Yeah, you know, I've been actually meaning to get on, you know, to do a live stream. Last 2 days I didn't because I've just been feeling sick, and I just wanted to just take a rest. I did like a, was it yesterday or was it? I did like a 4-minute video just to talk about my top 3 meme coins that I like, which was you know, Toshi, Jerry the Turtle, and Broke. So yeah. So Kaspa, some people are selling Kaspa, and actually CG is one of them, and he's probably got like a ton of Kaspa. So what's going on? Yeah. So it's interesting. So yeah, everything is green. I pulled up crypto bubbles. You can't, let me, looks like NYX is down, but I've already made my money with NYX, but should go up again. But yeah, whatever's. Yeah, you know the drill. 550x on NYX. But yeah, I've been getting comments like this. People just hating on me because I talk about the cycle top in 2027. So it's been a while since I've broken down all the reasons why I say that. So I figure I'm going to go into that in this video. So cycle top, you know, 2027. What are you smoking? It's like, you know, agreed. You know, that is deep in the bear market when everything is down 82% plus. Yeah, this is a thing where somebody in my community a couple of days back said that people are brainwashed into this 4-year cycle theory. And it, you know, it's like you expect everything, you expect it to be the same just because it happened a couple of times. So it's just not the case. You never stop to think about why it's, you know, the cycles are 4 years for the last 2 cycles. So there's been 4 cycles. The first 2 were 2.5 years. Right? The most recent 2 were 4 years, which is what everybody knows because almost everybody in crypto today only knows about the most recent ones. It's like you're trapped in a bubble in all your life, and then you go outside in like July, and you realize it's hot, and you expect it to be hot every day, and then suddenly, you know, October comes around, and you get confused about why it's cold. You're like, it shouldn't be cold, you know, it's getting cool. You know, like why are things cooling down? You don't realize that there's a reason why it was hot, you know, and now there's a reason why it's getting cold. So it's things change. But yeah, I'm getting a lot of comments here fast, right? Yeah, I'm going to talk about all this stuff. I'm going to talk about you know, CG. Yeah, CG CG sold. He definitely did. What's going on, Craig? CG sold today. He sold 5% of his Kaspa. You know, we've been talking about that. CG is a clown. CG is a clown. I don't know, man. He's a clown. I added some clowns to my stream deck, just in honor of CG because he's got some clowns. I don't know. I mean, I don't have a problem with CG for the most part. I mean, like, I'm in his group. I've been in his group for a long time. I first quote unquote met him a couple years back in a you know, a private group that was not related to crypto. It was like a YouTube what do you call it? One of those YouTube educated channels to teach you how to you know, to advance your channel and so on. YouTube growth. And I was complaining about my channel. Some of you know the story, how like I would spend like 40 hours making a 10-minute video with these really high quality videos, and I was complaining that this shit is getting me nowhere. And CG's chimed in, and I was like, Crypto Galaxy, I think I know, you know, that channel. Who's that? And one thing led to another, and you know, I'm in his group, and that was like a few years ago. I had not made the move on Kaspa yet when I first encountered CG in that YouTube, what do you call it? Like YouTube educator group, whatever. It was like, I don't know, September of 2023. But yeah, he's got a lot of Kaspa. I would imagine he has more than me. I mean, I did spend a lot of money in Kaspa, but he was buying Kaspa since it was like a half a cent. So he got in really early, and he sold 5%. So I would imagine that he's probably got like thousands of dollars to just spend on, you know, meme coins or whatever, anything good that comes out. So we, you know, recently have been talking in my community that, you know, what if we sell some of it? No, obviously the big topic is, what if we sell some of our Brett for Toshi, you know, for Brett for Toshi and other things that'll pump. So if Kaspa is not going to do well this year, then maybe, you know, maybe, this is CG is a clown. Yeah, everybody's calling CG a clown. But yeah, I mean, like, I'm not selling my Kaspa. Hey, what's going on? It is an interesting thought. So what I'm saying is that if Kaspa doesn't get Crypto.com, Coinbase, and Binance this year, then Kaspa is probably not going to go beyond 80 cents. It doesn't have the backing. And if this year is just another run up in a much longer cycle, and a bull cycle that's going to end in 2027, like I've been saying, and I'm going to get into that here, then there's not going to be this parabolic run up on, you know, on everything, especially the layer ones, especially Kaspa and things like that. Maybe Sui too is not going to happen. It'll happen in a couple of years, and everything will just run up like the last run up, the Trump pump of last year. And maybe it'll be bigger this time because a lot more things are going on. We have interest rates that are lower than it was 12 months ago. We have central banks around the world pumping their money supplies, even though the US isn't doing it. So global M2 is up, and that's been going on like since like January, the whole year. So after the last run up, and we have a crypto friendly government that we didn't have during the last run up. And we have all these rules, or maybe, I guess, ease of rules in certain cases. Now we have like we're going to get like a flurry of you know, non-stop ETFs coming our way. I sold all my XRP before the pump because I found CJ, and now he sold his Kaspa. Yeah, it is. I never imagined a world where, at least in the last 12 months, where XRP would outperform Kaspa. It is true. I don't think XRP is going to get many multipliers from here on out, but it's going to get, like I was just talking about the ETFs. It's going to get a ton and ton of ETFs right now. So, he'll be another one of the YouTubers along with the south of the bottom. Yeah. That's a big. Yeah, lots of big players agree that the top is in 2027. Yeah, I haven't really. I mean, I watch other YouTube channels. I haven't really heard anybody talk about that. I mostly hear people talking about. They usually say that the top is in November because it's always been in November, and then maybe it will, you know, last until next year. But they only describe it in the terms that the run up that's starting right now will just continue running up and it'd be really, really strong and like last until January or February of next year. I don't think that's possible. So that's kind of crazy. So yeah, I'm going to get into that too about the 2021 run up. Gotta be a clickbait title. What's going on? Yeah, man. Well, that's the feeling with some people, especially CG, I guess. You know, it's like, I'm selling my Kaspa. Well, he only sold 5%, to be fair, you know? So I'm not talking anything bad about him. It's just whatever. So he did that, and a lot of people are sour, but I think a lot of people are really sour about it because they just believe that the bull run top is this year. And they believe that now they're going to have to wait until 2029 to get their run up, to get their $5 Kaspa in 2029, which is kind of crazy. And I think, yeah, it could get to 80 cents this year if we don't get, you know, Coinbase and Binance and Crypto.com. It might only get to 80 cents. It might not go to a couple dollars. But as they're saying, in 2027, the crypto market cap is going to be in the tens of trillions of dollars. Then Kaspa is going to be like 10, 20, maybe $30 easy per Kaspa in 2027. So a lot of people don't understand this. So they got all this anxiety, and it's what I've been saying, that they're going to just exit the market and get fed up with it, and they're going to dump their bags, and you know, come January when they don't get their $5 Kaspa this year, and they're just going to walk away. So that's kind of sad, though. I mean, I hope it doesn't happen. We just got to break it down for more people until, you know, more people know about it. Until it says, until the 4-year cycle is officially broken, I'm sticking with it. 2013, 17, 21, 25. Until the official cycle is broken. Yeah, but the 2013 cycle was, you know, 2.5 years, right? So, yeah, I mean, I think you're joking about that. Yeah, you know what I mean? Everybody's bagging on CG, man. Oh, man, come on. Oh, man. It's like everybody comparing me to Crypto Archie, or telling me that I was trying to copy Crypto Archie, which is kind of crazy. And I'm not talking anything bad about Crypto Archie either, so. Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate the support. Yeah, he's in CG channel. Yeah. Yes, CG got exposed for stealing projects for cash and dumping on his followers. I don't know about that, about dumping on his followers. Could that be said? Yes, maybe. I don't know if you want to call it that, if you interpret it like that. I think there was I think it was Kurt, right? He dumped Kurt. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I wanna get into some of this stuff, because I want to address some of this right here about this 2027 market. And so this is going to be the stuff that I started to uncover before I was exposed to like statements from institutions and stuff that you get people, you get Arthur Hayes, again mixed up. So Matt Hogan is from Bitwise, Arthur Hayes from BitMEX, co-founder of BitMEX. You got Kathy Wood, ARK Invest, who are there? Tom Lee. I get all these statements. You know, they talk about this gigantic Ethereums and gigantic Bitcoins, and like on around, you know, in 2027 or around 2027 or in that area. So I'm like, you know, you don't get that type of crypto market cap, and you don't get those types of prices without a cycle top. But before I started looking into those guys and what they were saying, I started going into, let me close this. I started going into this, and I noticed a pattern with the M2 with the money supply. So here's the money supply top, right? Because of the great financial crisis in 2008. The first Bitcoin top was right here on the right of this graph in June of 2011. Which goes against all the YouTubers who say the bull cycle top is always in November. So it's not, right? I've always noticed there's a money supply top, or peak QE, as they say, peak QE, about 2 years, give or take like 4 or 5 months, depending, prior to the Bitcoin top, right? And then in combination with this money supply top, you always have an extended period of time of very low interest rates. So this whole time interest rates were zero. So obviously that's very, very low, right? We got the first Bitcoin top in June of 2011, where Bitcoin pumped 10,000x to $33 from a 30%, $33 roughly, right? Now, if we go forward, let's go to the 2013 cycle. The top was in December, so let's go to January of 2014, and let's move this over to 2011, and we'll go to June, right? So the previous Bitcoin top was here, right? The Bitcoin top of 2013. So this is a 2-year time frame. So Bitcoin, I had thought that Bitcoin was started or launched in mid 2009, but apparently I pulled up a tweet on a previous live stream just a couple of days ago that the first ever tweet about Bitcoin was somebody was running a Bitcoin node or something like, but it was like January 10th of 2009. So I was like, oh wow, it was the beginning of 2009. So you got 2.5 years for the Bitcoin top to happen, the first one. Then you have another 2.5 years for the next Bitcoin top to happen. Now, right after the first Bitcoin top, we had peak QE again, right? We had insane amounts of money printing. And during this whole time period, again, interest rates were zero. See, low interest rates plus money printing are two different things, but they end up resulting in the same thing. Economic growth, job creation, a flow of money into risk-on assets, and so on. So we had this here, and then suddenly again, we have this, we have this Bitcoin top in 2013. So people don't remember anything prior to this. I first heard of Bitcoin in 2013. Most people got into crypto later on, so they don't know anything else but maybe the last 5 years or even 7 years or 8 years. And so they start to believe that every cycle is 4 years. Now, next one, let's go to January 2018, because the cycle top again was in December, again disproving that it's always in November. It's not. Right, let's go into here. Now, where was I? So 2014 to 2018. We have, what? Give me some water. We have December. We have the December top of Bitcoin right here, and we have a whole bunch of money printing right here, right? And then for some reason, and every time I pull up this graph, I don't remember this, but I don't know the reason why, but we had something where we had money printing here, and then we had a whole bunch of tightening the next month, and then we had it again. So something happened, probably with the economy. So something strange happened, but nonetheless, we have this and we have this right here. Right? Boom, boom. Maybe this was the correction for this. And then we have another top right here. And then suddenly we have the, we have the December of 2017 Bitcoin top. So roughly, like 2 years later, if they consider this the top for this, right? During this time period, we had zero interest rates up until 2015, like towards the end of the year. Then it was an increase of 25 basis points, so you got half percent. The next FOMC meeting, it was like another 0.25% to go up to 0.5%, and then another 25 basis points, and so on. It was very, very low. So it was always under 3% in terms of interest rates, right? And then we have something interesting happen. We have we have something very, very interesting happening. I'm going to get through this. I'm going to probably a whole bunch of comments coming through right now, but I'm going to get through this. We have something very, very, very interesting happening right here. We have a cycle that is about to change. We had, remember, in the previous cycle, interest rates were going up slightly. Then interest rates started to come down slightly, a couple of cuts, I think 3 of them in 2019. And then something interesting happened right here. Boom, a massive top in terms of PQE. We had interest rates suddenly drop down to 0 instantly. We had an insane amount of money printing, like the money supply just doubled instantly, or some figure like that in an instant. And we had stimulus checks, and we had people who were getting money and then didn't want to work and all that other stuff, and and a lot of, and then there was just this right here needed a correction. And we had in our first ever top in November in 2021, we had the Bitcoin top over here. But what we had was something very different. Hold on, let me pull up, hold on, let me, trading view, trading view. Let's go to BTC. Here we go. We had, go to the month. I should have prepared this beforehand. What we had, well, I guess the full visual would be like to look at it like this. We had something that was very unique, unlike any other top ever. We had a bull run that looked, as a result of this, we had a bull run that looked like this, as if it was the entire year of 2021 in the entire bull run, which is very, very different. Like previous cycle, September was red. It starts pumping in October, keeps pumping in November. Bitcoin tops off in December, and then the alts follow, right? My theory is if this didn't happen, then if COVID didn't happen, the real top would have happened after 2021, right? That this just pulled forward the true top, if it was supposed to happen, because these are dollar cycles. These are not crypto cycles. These are dollar cycles. So if the dollar cycle was setting up a scenario where the Bitcoin top, risk on assets, whatever, if the Bitcoin top was supposed to happen in 2022, that scenario was being set up by this particular dollar cycle. But because of COVID, it was pulled forward. And because of this massive amount of money printing, it resulted in an entire year looking like this. Either it was pulled forward a year earlier than it should have been, given it another 4-year window. So it would have been a 5-year cycle rather than a 4-year. Or maybe it would have been a 4-year cycle and Bitcoin would have just, ran up in November and December like it did previously, have this blow off top. And Bitcoin itself might have been higher than the, what was it, like 64,000? Its all-time high back in 2021. It could have pumped, let's say, it could have pumped to like 90,000 in the end of 2021, and the entire year wouldn't have been a bull run, right? Because we have a double top here. So what if the top was just at the end of the year, and it was more than the 64,000? So those two scenarios, if COVID never happened, either the top would have been like that, like the normal one, did it happen in every other top, or the top would have just been in 2022. So this is what I'm saying. So because of this, now this requires a correction. So the correction that we got, oops. Let's just go to this year. So the correction that we got, all right. Yeah, let's go to 2022, right? The correction that we got of all this craziness looked like this for the first time ever. So we had the most inflation we ever seen since I think it was the 80s or 70s. I think it was the 80s or whatever it was. The highest inflation we've ever seen in most people's lifetimes. If not, we were just kids, right? If you go back to the 80s. So, and we have we have contractions of the money supply. We have tightening where we're going below zero this time for the first time ever. So this right here in 2022 and into 2023, right? We're delaying the actual cycle that we come to know as a crypto cycle. We're delaying the cycle from even starting. So now we're getting into it. So now interest rates are going down, and they need to really go below 3% in order for that incredible amount of investment to be, pumping through the economy. And they're going to start printing money. And supposedly, like Scott Besson and these other people, in the government and so on, they're and economists and whoever it is, they're saying that PQE, right, what I refer to as the money supply top, is going to happen next year. So if the money supply top happens next year, then it stands to reason that the Bitcoin top is in 2027, which goes along with people like Kathy Wood saying that Bitcoin is going to reach 1.5 million in 2027, and Tom Lee saying Ethereum is going to be like 40,000 per Ethereum, which if you calculate that, you're talking about a total crypto market cap in the area of tens of trillions, maybe 30 trillion. And it makes sense because if governments and institutions are pumping money, real governments are pumping money into crypto like crazy, then it makes sense that the total crypto market cap will catch up very, very fast to the total stock market cap of the world. Like very fast. Like it's so close, just within a few years, right? Who knows what it's going to be in 5 years? Because of that, we'll probably get our $20 Kaspa at least. So this is what I'm talking about. So every randomly here and there, I get people telling me that I'm out of my mind. But they think that there's going to be a bear market for 3 years starting in January. I think that in January, people are going to be disappointed and they're going to dump their bags and they're going to cause like a little crypto winter in maybe Q1 of next year, maybe Q2, right? And it'll be the same thing like we just had in tariff season with this whole fiasco with the tariff season, like from February until, up until like almost like end of April. We had like we had crazy amounts of lows if you look at the charts. But yeah, it's just like, it was totally like a crypto winter this year. It was crazy. But yeah, that's what I've, in response to everybody who thinks I'm out of my mind. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you disagree, that's great. But I've just presented all the evidence that causes me to say all this, right? So there you have it. All right, let me go into all this. They're gonna sound like 50% of my Kaspa for say my bag isn't huge to begin with. So yeah, I mean, if your bag isn't huge, I don't know, but say might have the same thing. I think a lot of these new layer ones might not have the same thing like Sui. I put Sui into the same realm as Kaspa. Maybe Sui can do a little bit better than Kaspa. But yeah, I just think a lot of the new layer ones and some coins in general just might be a little bit disappointing to some, even though they'll pump. I mean, if Kaspa goes, what's Kaspa right now? Like 8 cents? If it goes to 80 cents, it's a 10x, right? So that's, I mean, I'm all set if that happens. I got a ton of Kaspa, so you know, people are going to be happy. But other people who don't have that much Kaspa, they have like a lot, but not that much. It's going to be really disappointing. And then it'll be sad if they just exit. At least I don't know about exit the crypto market. They might do that, but they might just exit Kaspa, dump their bags, and never come in. And then a year down the road, they're going to be sorry. So it's going to be sad. CG is hilarious, making me feel bullish on bearish days. CG is a character. Yeah. Like I said, holding till 2029 for bull. Kaspa Maxi. Man, who's taking advantage of a JYI entry? Taking advantage of a JYI? Jerry the Turtle? Yeah, I mean, Jerry the Turtle's been pumping like crazy, right? Or did it dump today? I didn't even check Jerry the Turtle today. But yeah, we've been noting that like yesterday, the day before, it was pumping like crazy. XRP at 140 billion market cap. It's going to take a large amount of liquidity. Need to come in for XRP to make big moves, $5 to $10. Yeah, no, I don't have any XRP. I don't. But I imagine things are going to be happening because there's a whole bunch of ETFs in the pike for XRP for, you know, for the next couple of weeks. They're going to start launching. Hold on. So, yeah. The original Kaspa, 80% Kaspa end of the year. I'd be thrilled with an 8%. Yeah, same here. 80 cent Kaspa end of the year. Yeah, I mean, I think Kaspa would hit $3 this year too, but it's got to get, you know, Coinbase, Binance, and Crypto.com. It's got to do that, or at least have some good backing. You know, by market makers and so on. I mean, I'm sure we'll have the backing, but I think these exchanges and the people who want to back it are just not going to back it until, I mean, until they know the top is going to happen. Yeah, if the cycle top, if they think as I do that cycle top is happening in 2027, it might not get listed and might not be backed until then. So it might be very disappointing for a lot of people. And you know what? Maybe they want that. If you think about it, if they get people like so exhausted and fed up and tired, and you know, they get tired of Kaspa, people are going to dump their bags, and then Kaspa is going to be cheap again. And then you might have all these, you know, market makers, these people who have like $1 billion or whatever, and they're going to keep buying really cheap Kaspa. You know, maybe they want that. Maybe they want an extra couple of years to keep accumulating. To be honest, I'm like, maybe I want that too, right? I mean, right now, like I've got it all set. I got it going on. For those of you know, like I've been building the software. Me and my team, my group of friends that I've known for like 20 years, all software guys. We've been building this software and we've been getting pretty damn good at it. We've been getting like so many good plays. And like, what if we just make tons of money with like every other token, and then we just buy more Kaspa? I think short-term vision is like you're like have this anxiety and you like just want Kaspa to go to like $5 this year, and if it doesn't, you're just going to exit. That's being really short-term, really like short-sighted, right? Or whatever you say, nearsighted or short. But yeah, he doesn't get paid a shill. He's been exposed on that front. Says he doesn't get paid the shill. He's been exposed in the front. CG, yeah, I think that CG, I mean, he openly admitted that you know, takes money for projects. But I also think that it's not that bad because he says something like he wouldn't take money for the projects that he doesn't believe in, or I don't know. It's a shady ground to walk on. I don't know. Yeah, 15-cent Kaspa. I don't know, people got like. So Craig, myself, several of the group members in his group were years ago. Each wave, several members were in his group years ago. Each wave of his followers, and then find out the hard way. Yeah, cycle is pegged with $1. Exactly. Yeah, cycle is pegged with $1. Money printing machines, especially if government shutdown. Yeah. His budget increases. CG sold only 5%. Yeah, he only sold 5%. I mean, he's got a lot of it. So if he wants to free up, like, I don't know how many thousands of dollars with 5%. Yeah. I mean, sure. What's going on? Yeah, a lot of comments to that, right? You guys love that clickbaity thumbnail. Kaspa's a stable coin. I don't want Kaspa. Kaspa's a stable coin. All right, so new fiscal year as well for the government budget. Money printing. Yeah. Reading that title, man. Yeah, I told you, man. If Kaspa's not getting listed on Binance, I'm going to exit the market. Binance. What's going on? Stayed for the clickbait. Came for the clickbait. Stayed for the clickbait. Yeah. Yeah. Would have been as high as a year in finance. Year in finance was higher. Bitcoin, year in finance. Oh, year in finance. Oh. At best, we'll get a 20-cent Kaspa. 50-cent. No, that's majorly bearish. 20 cents this year and then 50 to $1? 50 cents to $1 in 2027? No, no way. I mean, even if Kaspa maintains his current market cap share and the crypto market cap itself goes to like 30 trillion, we're going to be way beyond $1 Kaspa. Like, something would have to go wrong with the entire crypto market cap as a whole, with crypto in general, in order for Kaspa to not go beyond $1 in 2027. I mean, that's the way. That's what I've been saying. We'll see what happens as time progresses, right? Like, either Kaspa would have to completely fail as a project, or crypto in general will have problems and not grow that much, right? 1000x turtle, yeah. 1000x turtle, Jerry the turtle. I don't think it's gonna be 1000x turtle. I think it's gonna be like 100x or maybe 200x. But it all depends on how big and strong this run up is gonna be, right? Did I open any of the tabs? Yeah, this is the one. Look at that. This is like, for my community members, they're gonna be picking out a giant yacht. This is beautiful. This is beautiful, right? This is all of us. For all of us in my community, we're going to be in something like this. We're gonna be chilling in one of these, right? We got multiple bots that took like thousands of engineering hours to create, right? Like if one doesn't find a good coin, the other one will, and it's like we've been just like crushing it, just getting one coin after another, man. It's been absolutely insane. So click that link in the description below. I still have that $500 bounty that's been open for about a year for somebody to prove to me that they can find a community that's literally that's better than mine. Seriously, with all the software and everything that I got, and now with the I guess you can say with the reputation right now because of the amount of X's we're getting. I mean, it's crazy. It's unbelievable. It's like you'd have to like try really hard not to earn enough money to retire your family bloodline. But just, if you're in my community, you'd have to just be like, I see those buy alerts, but I'm just not going to do anything. You'd have to be like that. So click that link in the description below. Price is going to raise. In a couple days, I'm going to raise the yearly and the lifetime. You got like 2 days left, if that. So get in now, and because these prices are going up, I'm going to start competing. I'm going to start competing with Crypto Archie's prices, like $200 a month, pretty soon. People are accusing me of copying Crypto Archie. All right, I'll copy him. I'm going to copy him. I'll just copy his prices. So, yeah, this is good. This is beautiful. What's your thought of Grippy on base after it got CTO'd by some people in the JYI team on September? Oh, really? By some of the people on the Jerry the Turtle team were involved in Grippy? The CTO on Grippy? Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that. I didn't get Grippy. I missed it. Obviously, I guess I can't get everything. I get most of everything, but I can't get everything. But with Grippy, when I saw Grippy, CG called it, and then it just pumped like crazy. I'm like, he called it. He calls it the pump. Now I missed it, so I was like, whatever. I mean, we got plenty of good plays. It's not like we're like running scarce of good tokens these days. Things are pumping like crazy, right? Halloween early with in the title with, I don't even know if I get this message. Maybe it just went over my head. Kaspa already cheap. Yeah, Kaspa's already cheap. That is very true. Kaspa's already cheap. What do you think about it? Let's say it pumps to 50 cents this year. And then everybody gets disappointed and they dump their bags and they're like, okay, I don't want to be a Kaspa holder anymore. I mean, they're going to cause us to go below 10% again. We're not going to find a new floor for Kaspa. It's going to go right back down to where it is like right now in January, right? It's not like it's going to go up to 80 cents and find a new bottom, a new floor at, let's say 20 cents. It won't even do that. It'll just go low again. It's like I'm saying, I think that's what the big boys want. These market makers, they want cheap Kaspa and they just want to keep buying more of it. And like, I get their strategy. I totally get it. Yeah. I give a lot of information. If you miss anything, go watch the the whole live stream so you can see my rundown about why the cycle top is going to be in 2027. For what it's worth, so people stop calling me crazy. At least I put together an intelligent argument. I've explained in other videos, but I think it's been like a month or two since I've broke it down in detail. Cash for the course of the next 5 years will be sitting pretty. Yeah, we're going to be in something like this in one of these boats. So, one of these giant yachts. Friends, they're just TPS person. Yeah, first proof of work to do 10 blocks per second. Yeah. I mean, I hope by 2027 we get to 100 blocks per second. I have no idea about the timelines, but that would be pretty cool. And then somebody in my last live stream said that they're working on layer 1 of smart contracts too. So that would be interesting too. I'm gonna sell any Kaspa. Yeah, I'm not selling either. I don't think I need to sell. It doesn't matter. I kind of wish I didn't buy Kaspa when I did. I wish I just bought it, if I knew this was going to happen. Because like I cashed out Bitcoin for Kaspa. When Bitcoin was only like 35, 40K. And the Kaspa was like 10 cents. So if I could have just cashed out Bitcoin at 120K and bought Kaspa for 10 cents. At 8 cents or 7 cents, something like that. So I would have 4x my Bitcoin bag, and then but now it's just been flat. So yeah, and everybody's all whining. I know how it feels, man. I know how it feels. But yeah, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Lessons learned, mistakes made. I didn't know about all this stuff. I had never considered this in the beginning of this cycle. I just started thinking there's something that's strange. Because like the halving doesn't cause Bitcoin to skyrocket in price. It's like you're not, like if you take the 21 million Bitcoin and cut it in half to 10.5 million, you're only gonna double the price of Bitcoin. So I just never settled in with, never settled with me that the halving is what causes the cycle top. Doesn't make any sense. Then you have the same thing with Ethereum with the merge, where Ethereum supply decreased, and nothing happened to Ethereum. So yeah, none of that really settled with me. And then I started getting into all this economic stuff, which is weird because if you see my channel, I've always talked about, before I was 100% specific on crypto, I'm always talking about economic stuff. I never connected the dots between the two, between the macroeconomics and crypto, about what's causing like the Bitcoin top. I was like, finally I did. And that leads me here today. So yeah. That's great. Hope to be wrong in my prediction, but we've got like 15 weeks left of oh yeah, about the 20 cents Kaspa. I hope you're wrong about that too, man. Because I want to swing trade it. I want to sell my Kaspa no matter what it is this year. It would be nice if it's $3 this year. If it's 80 cents, it would be nice too, because I'll multiply the size of my bag. Just I sell high, and then maybe I can buy back in in January. So, but yeah, so hey, BMT leading the way. Yeah, I've seen BMT. I haven't played it. Yeah. You sell, you lose. Yeah. Don't copy Crypto Archie. Well, to be fair, he's got to copy me, because somebody accused me of copying Crypto Archie because I called Advantis and we did a 10x in 10 days. He also called Advantis apparently in his community, and he did a 10x in 10 days. So I guess we called it in the same day, and I wasn't aware of that. I'm not in his community, so I don't know anything about it. I started watching him recently because of all this. And even a couple months ago, people were accusing me of being his relative because I was talking bearish on Kaspa for this year, because he said Crypto Archie says it's only going to be like 50 cents or something, like 30 cents, or I don't know, on Kaspa for this year. So it's similar to what I've been saying. So it's like, and now because of Advantis, it's like the second time I got people saying that I'm just like Crypto Archie. But if somebody's going to copy somebody, he should be copying me, because did he call MYX at a 6 million market cap for his members and do a 550x? No, man. So maybe he should copy me. But I am going to copy his prices. So get in with his $200 a month, membership fee. I'm only at 39 right now. Get in now if you want. I'm going to raise a yearly and a lifetime membership fee in a couple days. So get in now, and you'll get in on the best community on the planet. And if you think another community is better, just prove it to me, and you get $500. $500 bounty to prove that somebody else has a type of software and type of advantages and that I have with all these plays. If you don't sell, you don't lose. USD. Yeah. What's your strategy next? I don't know what for what. Yeah, I'm not selling my Kaspa. It's just keep on with these plays and we're fine. We're fine. Your smart contract. Oh, sparkles are no smart contract in the sense That's I haven't even looked. Even somebody mentioned that the other day. I haven't looked into it yet. I've been so busy with like all the other stuff in my community with all these, you know, all these coins and all these plays. We're doing some interesting stuff. So we're even building out things in the community. We're gonna be I'm preparing a list of narratives and things like that. So we're gonna try to at least predict the narratives and see what's gonna happen next in terms, because we just had the Dex narrative, right? Right. I did that 550x with MYX. Then I found Avantis. I did a 10x. There's a couple other dexes that we're invested in. So we'll see what happens with them. Very low market cap. See if they explode as well. But we'll see. It's not good. It's a layer 1.5 where everything is tethered to the base code and the network benefits. Yeah. For those looking for the next 100x gem, backed by amazing dev team, buy and hold JYAI on ETH. Yeah, C-Dog? CC Dog. Yeah, I've seen CC Dog. I don't know. I don't think it's that bad. Same thing with Grippy. I think it's good. I think it's cool. Amazing community behind them. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, but I'm definitely in on JYAI. But yeah, guys. Guys, hit that like button. And subscribe. And do all that good stuff. What else I got going on? Yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything else prepared. I was just going to talk about this and how I'm selling all my Kaspa because it's not listed on Binance. Right? If you don't talk about Kaspa on Binance, I'm going to unsubscribe. I want to hear about how Kaspa's going to get listed on Binance. So guys, I'll catch you guys later. And hit that like button. Make sure you hit that like button. There's a lot of people here commenting. A lot of people are interested about selling all their Kaspa. So don't do it. Don't do it. I'm telling you, don't do it.